I'm over it. Like, I'm bored. I'm just bored of being afraid to say what I want to say because I know it's helpful. So that's why I'm here today. You can read about everything. You can just absorb education and information all day. But until you actually do the thing, you can't do the thing. So I'm doing the thing. It's almost like I'm waiting for somebody to save me, or I'm waiting for the thing I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna find it, and it's gonna be like, that's it. That's what's gonna get me from here to here, as opposed to I actually have to do it. Hello, 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 hello. I I feel like I'm kind of coming here with my tail between my legs a little bit. Mostly because, and it's so funny because it's like, for like, who cares? Literally, who cares? I missed a bunch of things. And also it's okay, let me back up. Let me just back up for myself. Okay, I feel unwell. Okay. I feel like I have so many grandiose ideas, and I have so many big plans for Aulani Alchemy and just for my life in general, right? And at this current moment, I feel so stuck, like frozen. And it's really hard, and I'm like, I'm realizing, I think it's almost like I'm waiting for somebody to save me, or I'm waiting for the thing I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna find it, and it's gonna be like, that's it. That's what's gonna get me from here to here, right? As opposed to I actually have to do it, which sounds like, duh, of course, that's the case. You have to do it. You have to do the work. And I'm happy to do the work. I'm happy to see clients. I'm happy to do readings. I love that so much. I'm happy to make the experience feel good. The problem, or where I'm getting caught up, I should say, is with the visibility part. And I feel like this is such a buzzword, visibility, blah blah blah, but truly it's that thing of, if I show up online, it has to look like this. It has to look a certain way. It has to feel a certain way, or else it's not good enough. As opposed to, oh, I showed up today and that was more than good enough because I showed up today, right? That's where I'm struggling right now. And it's like, I think it's because I want to make sure what I have to say is that I'm relaying it well, that it's like it's coming across and you understand what I'm saying, you're picking up what I'm putting down, type of thing. And I am having trouble being consistent with that. There's a part of me that, when I imagine my social media, or when I imagine just myself being visible, it's always just, okay, I have something that's popping up into my awareness, or I want to talk about a session I just had, whatever, and I'm just picking up my phone and recording something super quick, and then I post it, and I don't really think too much about it, right? I don't think enough about it to where I would start to get tripped up, where other people's thoughts would start to come into my head, type of thing. And the problem, the problem I'm coming up against is very vain. Honestly, it's very vain. It's like, I don't feel like I look 100% like myself yet, because I had my last baby. He's almost a year and a half, which is a long time. I mean, it is, and it's not at all. But in terms of, like, physically, I feel like I am closer to myself, of course, than I was even 4 months ago. But I'm still breastfeeding, and with that there's still a lot of hormonal fluctuations that occur, right? And so I have all of these, like, psoriasis and whatever skin things happening, and it really trips me up. It really trips me up when I open my camera and I see myself and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like your lips are falling off or whatever it is. Because for me right now, it's my lips are so, I feel like I'm like sweating even starting to talk about this. Um, but it's like there's they're not mine. That's how it feels. It feels like they're not mine. Even today when I was trying to smile, it my skin feels so stretched because it's so dry or it's so I don't even know what happens sometimes. It just feels they just feel weird and then they look weird and I'm just and I know this isn't a thing that anyone else may notice. You know what I mean? Because we notice so many things about ourselves that other people just, they really don't, they could give a shit. They don't care. But we care. And so it makes it super difficult to just show up uninhibited, right? That's where I'm at. And I'm trying really hard to not be there because I don't want to be there. I'm over it. Like I'm bored. I'm just bored of being afraid to say what I want to say because I know it's helpful. Um, So that's why I'm here today. Long story, long, I guess, long intro here. But essentially, and really, I have no other reason to be recording this podcast episode other than to just be here and to kind of rip the band aid off, right? I mean, I have 3 episodes that I have recorded with friends, beautiful episodes that I won't even open to edit because I, for whatever reason, am paralyzed with fear about them. It's so crazy. Uh, Okay, I want to not, it's not crazy. I understand where it's coming from. But for example, I did an episode with a dear friend of mine. She was my doula for my last 2 babies, my home births. I mean, it was such a transformational period, both of those pregnancies with her. And we love each other and it's I think it's a beautiful episode simply because we're talking about birth and we're just talking about what a woman can do during pregnancy and birth, whatever. The problem that I'm having with why I won't even look at the episode is that this was the second interview that I did for this podcast, and my whole idea behind this was, oh my gosh, I can talk to people that I love, that I admire, whatever, and we can just sit and talk. And I don't have to put a time limit on it. I can just sit with them and whatever comes up, comes up. And that felt really exciting, right? And then I get to her interview and we're sitting and I'm realizing during the interview, I was like, oh, fuck, I should have prepared questions. Which is so hilarious because you're like, well, an interview, it has questions. Like that's what it is. And I don't consider myself a particularly, I don't think I ask particularly good questions. Even as I'm saying all these things, I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're just shitting on yourself this whole, like, why are you doing this? But anyway, like, for instance, my husband, I think, asks phenomenal questions. His mind works totally different than mine, right? His mind works in a way where I don't know, he just thinks differently. And so he asks questions, and I'm like, that was such a good question. How did you even think of this? And it makes me actually feel dumb sometimes where I'm just like, oh, what am I even thinking about? Which maybe sounds so crazy and whatever, but I really feel that way sometimes too. I'm like, what am I even thinking about? And this could go back to, I have ADHD, which I hate saying. I really don't even say it anymore. But sometimes I do have to just remind myself that my mind does work differently and there's nothing, it doesn't make me dumb. It's just different. It's just totally different and that's okay. But in moments like that, it makes me feel a little inferior. And so during my interview with Nina, um, I was feeling, I was getting in my head a little bit. And I remember getting in my head during the episode during the recording. And so I think there's a big part of me that's like, I don't want to watch myself. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. I did not expect this. I don't want to, there's a part of me that doesn't want to see that happening. And so I don't even want to look at it because I just feel like I did such a bad job, which, okay, so let's say that the interview could have gone better. Like I could have asked questions, better questions, because of course I ask questions throughout because we're talking and I am an inquisitive person. Like I want to know things about people and whatever. But if if I were to watch this back and I'm like, "Oh god, I can't put this up." Like I just can't. I just feel like I can't do it. I can always just go back and ask Nina, "Can we do this again?" That was my second time interviewing somebody and I just feel like I didn't do you justice and I would like to do it again. And I know she would say yes. I know she would say yes. And so I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? You know? Oh my gosh, it's so hard. And so that was the second interview that I did. And then I did another interview with another friend of mine and I prepared. I prepared because I remembered how I felt after Nina's episode and I'm like, I'm not doing that again because I felt like shit and so I'm going to prepare. So I did prepare and after that interview I felt so good. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is a great conversation. It's with my friend Janine. She is reversing all of these chronic health issues that doctors were like, this is irreversible and she's reversing them. And it's incredible, like incredible." And so oh, excuse me. And so I feel good about that episode. Have I looked at it? No, I have not. I haven't looked at it. Why? Because I need to look at Nina's first because that's the first one that I did. And if I don't do that one, I can't do the other one. And then I recorded a third one with my friend Marguerite a couple earlier this week. And I think it went fantastic. Again, I prepared. Who knew when you prepare for things, sometimes they go well. You feel a little bit better about it. Not to say that you always need to prepare for things, but anyway, another conversation. I prepared. I felt great about it. And beautiful episode. After the episode was recorded, and I'm like, I press record and then I press stop recording, and I can hear the Zoom thing, the recording in progress, whatever. And I hear it say, recording ended. I hear it. I know that it worked. We get off the call, and I am in a full on panic that it didn't record, like a full on panic to the point where I wouldn't even open my Zoom to check to see if it had recorded. And oh my God, you guys, it like looking back actually at how panicked I felt about it, I just keep thinking something is wrong. Something is happening. Something is happening. And I have to address it. Like I have to address it. And of course, the first thing that pops in my head, and Marguerite and I talked about this, but the first thing that popped in my head is my phone. It's like, it's killing me. It's killing me. I feel completely absorbed in it in a way that feels disgusting. And I'm just like, oh, I need a flip phone. I need to do what these other people are doing in terms of just like getting rid of the social everything. And I am like, well, how can I just have no self-control that I can't have my iPhone and just not, you know? But it's this whole thing. And then I'm realizing too, I think it's because I'm so tired. I'm also so tired because my 1.5-year-old wakes up at 4 a.m. every single day. And we tried to switch his bedtime and he still woke up at 4, and it was like, okay, not worth it to try to push it if he's still going to wake up at 4, so whatever. But I think we're going to try something different soon again now because it's been a while since we tried something different, and I'm tired. And so then I'm already tired, feeling a little depleted. And then if I'm on my phone and it's like sucking the life out of me, and also just what it does to your brain, I'm just like this fried little thing trying to do a million different things. And then unfortunately, then my fuse is so short and I'm like yelling at my kids and I just feel so awful. Anyway, so I have to make some changes, right? I have to make some changes. I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin, and I have all these plans like I said in the beginning. I see, I know what I know it's around the corner. It's like one of those things where you see it so clearly, but I know that if I don't make changes now, I just won't get there. That the goalposts will keep getting pushed, and I just can't allow that to happen. And as I'm saying it now, I'm just thinking there's got to be a part of me that's a little bit afraid that if everything that comes true, and actually, yeah, it's like if I get everything I want, will I even be able to hold it? Because there's a part of me that feels if I become really successful at this, which I shouldn't even say successful because I feel successful now because I am impacting people's lives, and that's really the point of this. But if I were to scale, if I were to scale and that were to work, then what? It's like then I have no time at all. I started this, and in my mind I'm like, if I work it a certain way, I can have more freedom, right? And sometimes in my head I'm equating the scaling with less freedom, and I think that that's also pushing me away. And it's kind of showing me this in a way where I'm thinking, oh, I feel beholden to having to create content, and I don't really want to. Like, I don't want it to take time, which you know what I mean? I don't want to spend hours making Instagram content. I don't at all. The thought of it, like, no. But that's what ends up happening because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Should I do this? I'm shoulding on myself so hardcore everywhere I fucking turn. And it's like, it's exhausting. So I decided this morning, I was like, you know what? I am going to just record an episode. It's going to be messy because I feel messy. And I'm going to record it and I'm going to put it up no matter what. I'm putting it up no matter what. Today, it is September 19th. I'm putting it up today. Don't care how it sounds. I hope it sounds great. But if it doesn't, I'm sorry, guys. It's going up. And actually, I'm not sorry, but it's going up. So I am doing the thing. I'm doing the thing. It's like, okay, the little bird needs to be kicked out of the nest, and I'm also the mother, and so I'm kicking the bird out the nest. You just have to do it. You can read about everything. You can just absorb education and information all day. But until you actually do the thing, you can't do the thing. So I'm doing the thing. Ay, I'm doing the thing. Okay. Do I have anything else to say? I don't. I don't have anything else to say. Except if you've made it to this point, I adore you and I'm very appreciative. And I would love to know what you are doing, what you're having a hard time with, why, and what you want to do to get through it. And that, it's one of those things too, the only way out is through type of things. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thanks for being with me and letting me ramble for 20 minutes. I really appreciate you very much, like I said. And what am I going to do today? What am I going to do right now? I'm going to edit this as little as possible, and I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to say thank you to myself for doing it. And then Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna start there. I'm not gonna like get fucking crazy. Okay. We're taking some baby steps. We're taking steps, but we're taking baby steps. Maybe after this, I'll look at some transits. Okay, because I'm knee deep in astrology. I mean, further than that, I'm like drowning in astrology. I'm obsessed. And so maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to switch the vibe and change the tude. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. I love you. Yeah, truly so grateful.